Let's start. Hi teachers, good morning.
Morning.
So this morning, teacher Aimee and I are going to talk about Education 4.0 towards student ownership of learning. So today we're going to look at how technology and learning have come together in order to support a classroom that is personalized, inclusive, and also a classroom that enables student creativity and expression to flourish. So to start off, when I think about education and when I think about technology inside the classroom, I've noticed that technology inside the classroom has remained unchanged for centuries. If you'll notice in this timeline that you'll notice that the blackboard and the textbooks have remained the standards inside our classroom. But it was in the 1980s that technology started becoming personalized with the advent of a personal computer. And from then on, technology has evolved and innovated in order for our students to be able to access information easily. So inside the classroom, the Wi-Fi, Google, and all the social medias, as well as the tablets, have enabled our students to create their own personalized learning environment. So when I look at this timeline, I began thinking about how technology, information, and learning have changed throughout the course of our educational classrooms. So at the start, most of the technologies in the classroom were very location-based, it was bulky, and it was only limited to a certain area. But as technology transformed, so did the acquisition of our learning, wherein we have the CDs and the laptops, then later on our tablets, which enabled our students to access content easily. And then when you look at learning from before, learning was always sort of focused or concentrated on just the teachers. But as technology evolved, learning was moved from the teacher to the students, wherein the students now create their own personalized learning environments. They now acquire knowledge and information on their own, and the teacher's role is no longer the sage on the stage, but the meddler in the middle or the guide on the side. So when we start looking at technology, information, and learning, and using all of these inside our classroom, we come now to this new term called Education 4.0. This is working working hand in hand with the fourth industrial revolution, wherein we have technology and education working together to create this synergy, wherein our students acquire knowledge easily, they're able to create their own understanding of the content, and they're also able to apply different skills such as critical thinking, collaboration, research skills, all at the same time. So when we start creating these environments for our classrooms, we are able to create a classroom that is flipped. When we talked about flipped classrooms, our students learn the content outside of our classrooms. They access content through homework, through conducting research, and as they do that, they apply their learning inside the classroom by engaging in Socratic debates, engaging in experimentation, or also applying their skills in different contexts. While at the same time, with flipped classroom, we are also able to create an inquiry-based classroom wherein our students launch their own inquiries because of the questions they have from the content that they are engaging in. And as they engage in the inquiry cycle, they're able to apply different skills, their knowledge in different contexts, and also apply their understanding in many forms that makes them more engaged and also aware of what they're learning. And lastly, it also enables our classrooms to have this problem-based learning, wherein our students really put their learning into action by solving community issues and also issues that speak to them and those that they are passionate about. So by engaging in a classroom that has technology, we are able to open our classroom so that our students can engage in 21st century issues and those issues that they are passionate about. So I turn over to Teacher Aimee.
So now with that, Education 4.0, Industrial Revolution 4.0, this was already discussed during one of our professional developments. So these are the top 10 skills in 2020. You can see there's been changes. So from complex problem solving, it's still the first one. Critical thinking from the fourth, from the goal in 2015 became the second. Creativity from top 10 in 2015 became the top 3 in 2020. Because of the evolution of technology, everything is in our hands, and creativity is really important for the students to have and for the people to have. People management has become, so the ones in orange were the ones that became lower in 2020, then the ones in green are the ones that became higher. And we can also see there are two new top skills in 2020, which are emotional intelligence and cognitive flexibility. So due to changes, okay, so there has been a need to have emotional intelligence, since we can all look up everything that we need through the Internet of Things, and cognitive flexibility as well. It's not just complex problem solving. We should have flexibility in our thinking. Okay. Then all of these will lead to student ownership. So what is student ownership? So this is the learning activism that the students would have, that they would really want their learning to come from them, since everything is already accessible. So it would really help if they would have ownership, if they would be in charge of their learning, that they won't, we won't just give them everything that they need, but they would really feel that it would come from them. So here's from a study. Okay. It's based on students' ownership in their own education rather than in society's needs and impositions on the students. So this is what we call as genuine education. Another one, so the most important instructional decisions are those with the greatest influence on the student's success. Alright, so there are 5 ways to increase student ownership in your classroom, and I'm sure a lot of us are doing this already. Okay, we can use fear of missing out or advantage. Instead of telling them that we're learning, for example, Hamilton next week, we could post up in our bulletin boards or in our whiteboard some clues, for example, some lines, and then they would feel like they would have to search where is it from, oh, this is a nice line. Instead of telling them that we're going to study the cell next week, we would start putting up clues that would lead them to that. And give choices when it comes to classwork. I'm sure all of us are giving them choices through differentiation. Have students self-assess, so this is something that we are practicing. We're letting them assess their own learning so that they would know how they can still improve themselves, and it won't be coming from us. And make learning interactive and encourage cooperative learning. So this is seen in our formative assessments. Okay, so these are the components: goal setting and formative discourse. So these are ways on how to make them feel that they really own their learning, because since we have Education 4.0 now and Industrial Revolution 4.0, it's really important that these will come from them. Princess, are there any questions?
I just wanted a clarification on, I like that copy here, the way feedback that feeds forward. Can you give me an example of the back there?
So feedback that feeds forward is like when they receive feedback from us, it's anchored with the goal setting as well. That there's a purpose for the feedback, and the students as well, like giving feedback to their peers, and for example, like what we try to do when they grade or they give feedback to their classmates' works, and then then the next group will give feedback to the next groups, and then they would see how their classmates give feedback to themselves. Yeah.
So I'm getting the impression that feedback that feeds forward means that there is a response after feedback.
I think it's also that feedback that is actionable, because most of the time when we give feedback, it's basically to our own standard. But what we want our students is also to think about feedback, like how can I further improve myself in the next.
Okay, so it's also generated by the student. I think we discussed something like that in the days that we are together. It's a great idea for the kids to discuss, give themselves feedback based on their work.
And that would be, for example, I'm a student, I grade my work, then my classmate will grade his or her work, and we exchange, then I grade his and he grades mine. And then we would try to discuss why I got this, and then we would try, for example, I would say that I think I deserve this grade because this and that, and they could discourse over it.
Okay, one more thing to think about is how consistent are we in our practice in the classroom. I think all of us have to think about that. It's a great starting point for education 4.0, and definitely it's all the content goes home because content is low level knowledge.
I think that I believe that we've already established that practice because of the way we've structured our classroom. We have the Singapore math, we have the Singapore sciences, and so it really means that we have to be deliberate with the homework that we give. It has to be purposeful, so that instead of homework just being a simple exercise, it could also be homework that extends their learning, so that when they come to the classroom, instead of just having a long discussion or troubleshooting, it's really going to the different points of where we can improve on, address misconceptions, and also build skills along the way.
I think to add to what Michelle Foss has mentioned, of course these are like the steps to get into the whole idea of the classrooms. But one important factor that we also have to look into is how the resources are accessible and not just the homework or the work packets that are sent home. It's really about bringing content out of your room and just having them like self-study. So when they go back to the room, it's all about the collaborative work, creativity.
So the Google Classroom is
one. Teachers can also start building online courses on their respective subjects.
It also means less teacher talk and more student talk and action, which we really want inside the classroom because we're no longer the sage of the state.